Okay, well, we should be live with another BX Dungeons and Dragons adventure. Yay.
Zos!
Hey,
All right, so let's just go through, introduce the cast and characters. We'll go from bottom of my picture screen up. So, Bill, introduce yourself and who your character is.
Okay. Name's Bill. I'm playing Radnor the Large. He's a fifth level magic user. Recently returned to his body, but not yet returned to the Green Company. So I'm looking forward to a reunion.
Very good. Jazz.
Yeah, I'm playing Jazz Band, the fifth level master locksmith, who's having some good adventures, almost dying, but always bounces back. Salt of the earth.
Much to the chagrin of your apprentice, who just keeps
Yeah, I don't know
chanting,
what-
die, die,
We were-
die in the background.
We were like this at one time. I don't know what happened.
Nice. Jameis.
Playing Gillen Rayhorn, the Cleary Elf Priest, level 4, and we need to spend a lot of money to get to level 5. So let's go spend a lot of money.
Yeah, there is that, and you are in the place to spend big money this adventure. Richard.
I'm Richard. Huzzah for me! And I am playing Figam, the level 3 magic user. He's pretty amazing.
Pretty amazing indeed. Jeff.
hello. I'm playing Darby of Stonehill, a fourth level dwarf who is still amazed to be alive after fighting an ogre.
Yeah, that actually surprised me as well. I figured I'd have at least one or two of you dead after that. But,
Yeah,
So, the last couple of streams. Dion.
Hello, I'm Dion. I'm playing Asi, a first level thief. I got
Yes.
saved.
First level torchbearer for the Green Company.
Nice.
Yeah, indeed.
Junior member.
All right. So let's get started. So after last game, we're just going to skip forward almost a week after you settled things. Got some of the political conditions figured out in the area. At least some of the non-human groups and the human groups are going to at least try and work something out, as well
I
as
did have a question.
Sure.
Can we have restocked our honey health potions? Because I think most of us used them all.
thought
Well,
they-
since you asked, roll a d10. This is just how much was harvestable on your way out.
Yep, that's what I suspected.
So 10. So you get 10.
Okay. I'll take 2, because I had 2 before. Who else needs them?
Yeah, just divide them up. Make sure you guys mark who's holding them. May come up. So other than that, you stabilized conditions as best you could. And then you continued your travels to Penhalgian, which we are going to take up the adventure now. This is a big, sprawling city. And some of you will have some information on this place. I'm going to just kind of read. I found a really nice source book on this that was fan made on, I forget which site it was on. Volts of Pandius, which is a great site for BX, Dungeons and Dragons, and Mystara in particular. Somebody put together this really nice source book, and I'm just going to read a section out of it. This is basically what everybody living in the kingdom of Duke Stefan would know about this place. So, Penhalgian is a place of contrasts. It's a new town built on the bones of a village that has existed here for hundreds of years. It's a small town compared to the cities of Specularum and Kelvin, yet it boasts a magnificent castle that would be the envy of a city 10 times its size. It's famous for its chivalrous knights, but also widely known as a den of drunken roughnecks. Its inhabitants are a surly, suspicious, stubborn lot, but they are also hardworking and don't think twice about going to extreme lengths to help a stranger, because that's just what one does. Penhalgan is both a place of rural values and time-honored traditions, and a dynamic, fast-changing town that is pushing the boundaries of Karmikian social order. So, sure size, it is, as the texts say, a bit smaller than Specularum and Kelvin, which are the other two large cities you came through, but it's a lot more dense. Given that it is right on, well, as you'll see on the map, the Duke's Road runs right through the city. It's also the last city before you're out of the Karmikos territory and into the broader continent at large. So all trade has to come through the city. If it's coming by road, if it's coming by river, it also passes right by the city. The spectacular castle here is also due to this being the first line of defense that Karmikos has from invasion from other countries around it. Their knights are well renowned for their abilities and ability to keep this town protected. So even though it's smaller in size, it is a lot more majestic than the towns that you've been through. The other thing you'll note is it actually has stone walls around it. Kelvin had wood walls. Specularum had a mix of both. All right, so that's what everybody in general knows. So, Jazz, what you know is that there are no thieves' guilds in Specularum. Every time it's been tried, they've been caught and is summarily executed. The government will not allow thieves' guilds. Now, that doesn't mean there are not small coalitions of thieves that do work and ply their trade here, but there is no overall organization.
Good job. I'm a locksmith.
Let's see. Who else is a city boy? Radnar, you're a city boy. You probably came here to study at some point, so you'd have some more information about this place. The Duke's Road that just kind of runs right through the city is also a divider between the haves and the mostly have-nots. The eastern side of the city where the castle is basically, that's rich town. Everybody that has money, comfort, and wealth, they live on that side of the street. On the other side of the street has affectionately gotten the name of Hell's Half Mile. From, if you go from, let me get my little pointer there, from there to there is right along the river. This is basically, it has more bars, more brothels, and more places to waste your coin and illicit activities than any other city known. It's mostly full of loggers and people that work the countryside, and they reside here when the weather gets bad, which means the 4,000 people population often booms to 6,000 or more during the winter months. Okay, and so we're going into winter now. So I'm going to just go ahead and just hand wave and say you've already reacquainted yourself with Radnar. Radnar, when you regained your body, essentially you were teleported by way of the magic house with all the corridors. You went through a door and you end up in Penhalgan, and you meet up with the sorcerer lady who was the owner of the tower. So since your bargain is void now because you didn't need their help in regaining your body, you and your group are not bound to fulfill any kind of obligation. But she does let you know that if you're interested in being hired, though, she was able to open these portals into the Hollow Earth, and she's trying to get expeditions to go in because it's just a fabulous place. She wants to know more about it. It shouldn't by any rights exist, but it does. And her magical portals are a direct means in, which is only recently been a thing. No one has been able to do this before, so something has changed down there that allowed this to happen. There must be physical ways to get in and out of the Hollow Earth, and that's one of the things that she wants to find. Her portals are way too small, and the magic is too fragile to create like a trade route for people to be moving, objects or interesting things in and out. So she wants to send parties in there to try and discover a physical way, a link between the surface world and the Hollow Earth. So that's on your table now, Radnar. You can present it to the group if you guys have an interest in that. But you're informed through some scrying that your party is arriving on a particular day. So you're out there in the front gates to meet them. So how does that work out for you guys? You guys have journeyed about 4 days across the wilderness to finally get to the gates of Penhalgian. There is a line getting in. You notice that entry is not free. If you're a merchant, it costs 1% of your goods that you're selling. They just do a quick appraisal and charge you that. If you're a commoner, it's 10 copper. For those of means, it's a silver. More if you're bringing weapons into the town. They will allow you to bring weapons, but there's a surcharge. Money going to provide for the greater need of the city watch when people do bring arms in. So you're all waiting in line. Radnar, in his old body, his human, fleshy, corpulent body, is sitting on a stump because he sure as hell isn't going to stand for that long. As you guys come up to the front gates.
Hey guys.
So you guys are coming in right here at the Duke's Gate.
Aren't you dead?
Where you been, bro?
I don't know. What were we doing? We were fighting something. And I woke up in my body in that place with all the magic doors and stuff. And I came out in that sorcerer lady's tower.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, we thought you were a goner. It's good to see you again.
Yeah, me too. Me too. We good news, potentially. We're not bound to help that lady out anymore since I didn't need to be rescued. So she's wanting to you know, whatchamacallit, finance or you know, she wants people to go look at the Hollow Earth for her. She wants expeditions to go out. We don't have to, but that's available. By the way, do you guys have any of my old stuff?
Everybody looks at Jazz.
We brought the skull.
Yeah.
Oh, I appreciate that. I was talking more like maybe any of my daggers or my cloak or my
If I remember
scrolls or
right,
anything.
they stripped your body of all your healing potions, but nobody had mentioned taking anything else.
Oh, so I probably have all the rest of that stuff was on me when.
Yeah.
If you haven't got that, you need to talk to
Okay.
the lady and her servants. I mean,
No, that's good to know. I'm good. If I would expect my healing potions to be gone. I'm glad you guys got some use out of it and you're all still here. Where's Nestor? Did he take off, I guess?
So in game, Nestor went back to Specularum to take those criminals in to.
Oh, and
face
I would
justice.
probably know that.
Actually, you probably wouldn't, so they would have to
Okay.
tell you. Yeah.
Okay.
But have you met our new friend Hasey? Right
No.
there.
No, hey, what?
Howdy.
What's your deal?
I'm a junior member of the Green Party, and yeah, I'm here to have a good time and hopefully not die.
This is another locksmith's apprentice.
Yeah, I'm his protege.
Okay. Well,
Magpie just rolls her eyes.
I was going to say, I expect you to die horribly now. Well, no, maybe not.
First rule of locksmith: don't talk about locksmiths.
Yeah. Well,
He learns rapidly.
well met. Well met.
Right.
Glad to be back myself.
Well, it's good to have you back.
Well,
So,
All
what
right,
do
so
you guys want to do? Hollow Earth, or I quite like the sound of this place across the river that's got, you know, gambling dens and brothels and.
oh, it's great. It's great. Yeah, you guys will really like it.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
excited to go in, but I don't have any cash on me.
Well, there's plenty of citizens wandering around. I'm sure you can ply your trade.
Oh,
Yeah, but I mean
actually,
to get in.
sorry, everybody does have cash on you.
Oh.
The kind ladies that you gave the ogre's head to at the end of all this, they had promised you some stuff. So yeah,
Oh.
everybody has 125 gold apiece. That includes
But we don't.
Magpie.
How can we can like choose not to declare it? I guess. I mean, they're not strip searching people.
Only if you're coming in as a merchant. Like, so if you're coming in with a wagon full of goods, are they charging you a percentage? So like if you guys are just coming in by foot and you're obviously not workers, like you're not commoners, you're going to be charged a silver apiece, which rises to 5 silver though if you want to bring your weapons in. If you don't, they get checked at the gate and you're given a wooden token for them.
Even as company members for working for the Duke.
Even as that's the city's rules.
I mean, we could enter individually rather than en masse, just to.
But it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
We're getting
doesn't matter.
charged per person.
Per person, yeah.
Is it
And
per
And given
person?
I don't work in units of currency less than a gold piece.
Yeah.
Oh, they can provide change. No problem there.
I want to deal with units of currency less than a gold piece. There's just too much there. I don't want to worry about my silvers and electrons and coppers and crap.
So let's take your
Well, then-
one other thing before we go any further now. I gave Jazz had a particular bit of information. Let's see if anyone else may know something more about this area. So other than Jazz, everybody roll me at or under your intelligence and give me an intelligence check.
Galen, if you don't want to deal with silvers, etc., you can just pay for everybody because there's 6 of us, and that would be 3 gold pieces. Do you see how evenly it
Hey.
works out?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I succeeded.
that's fine. I don't care.
Is
Yeah.
Flash with the cash?
Hey, I'm the only one that failed. Woohoo! I don't know nothing about this stupid town where they didn't fail.
He fails every die roll.
Makes
Ever.
sense, though. You probably would not, for the most part, want to go into a city this bustling and full
No,
of people.
no. I really don't want
90%
to.
of which are humans, by the way. They've got a very small 10% minority of non-humans, and most of that
Horrible,
is made
horrible
up by
place.
dwarves and halflings.
Nice. And I succeeded my role.
Sure. All right, so here's just a few bits of information that you might know from that, your roll success there. There is, of course, a number of bars and inns, as I had said, especially along that Hell's Half Mile. But there is a particular bar that you have knowledge of, Darby. A lot of your kin stop in here. It's actually fairly close to the dwarven mines that are just a little bit more to the north and east. They come here for trade, etc. So there's one thing. There's a bar here called the Shadow Dragon Inn. It's ran by a group of adventurers that have retired. It is a great place to pick up rumors, to pick up work, and for interesting things to happen. It's also pretty safe. Like if you wanted to rent some rooms there, it's considered to be a very safe place to stay. A lot of your kin has stayed there in the past. Let's see who's next. Fig Jam. You're kind of an outdoorsy sort, so maybe you have heard of this place again to the docks to the west, along River Road there. A lot of very specialized ingredients that are needed to brew potions and in magical work. You may have had an opportunity to stop here looking for something that was just really hard to find that doesn't grow in this area or has to be imported from elsewhere. There are many small herbal shops along the banks of River Road there that sell just things that are very hard to find, and surprisingly the prices really aren't bad. There are a few people that know what it's useful for. They cater to them. You also think on more than one occasion, if you were of heavier purse, there could have been items in some of these shops that you could purchase if you had the wherewithal at the time. Radnar. There is no specific, like the mages school has like an outlet here, but much like one of the other towns you stopped in, it's not much used. There is a small library here. With your membership, you can come in and peruse it. But magic's kind of frowned upon in this area. There's a lot of local superstition regarding it. So the city is kind of doesn't like to flaunt it. The tower or the wizard's tower here is just like a 2-story affair. There's nothing really that would tell you it's anything more than another small business. Galen, you have no clue. We did Darby. Dion, did you pass?
Darby passed.
No, I did not.
You did not pass. Okay, Darby. I think I gave Darby his already.
Yeah,
his
just
story.
about
You
it.
told me about the shady dragon
Yeah.
hidden.
Your shady dragon in.
Uh,
All right, so that's just some
just wanna
things that
go-
you know.
I just want to say, for those 10 potions we got previously, I'll take 2, Darby take 2, Fig Jam take 2, and
Nice.
then Jazzband take 4 to distribute between you and your apprentices.
Yeah. So 4 for me.
Mhm.
Is that
That's
how you want to
the-
roll it? Your apprentices know this.
No, I'll. I bet. Yeah, I know she's getting a bit lethal. I better give her some. And I say too. What are these? The honey ones?
Yes.
Yeah, they're D8s.
All right. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll take. Well, I got 4. So
I thought they
Two for
stopped
me.
working, so we couldn't.
Oh no, you
I
can.
went after
They
a few days.
No. You're thinking of the water from the fountain?
No, I'm not.
the honey ones do go bad after a while, but it's not a few days.
All right.
Yeah,
okay.
no, Richard's right.
I knew there
You
was a
guys-
reason we hadn't mass-produced
Yep.
them at the time.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
Richard's absolutely right. You guys ran across some that were no longer useful, but you didn't know how long they sat. So currently, they seem to be fine. I will let you know when you have great need of them, whether or not they're still good.
Yeah, and I'm otherwise completely out of potions of the healing variety, so I needed some.
1 to Magpie and 1 to SC.
Right, so it's what, a honey potion?
It's basically
You're
It's
making
healing
a, it's a
potion.
healing potion,
It's more
which is
potent.
just made with honey. So
Okay.
Yeah. You probably need to keep track of magpies there, Janice, because none of us will be.
And
So-
then how many silver and 1 gold when I pay to get
I'll
in?
pay for us. I'll
Oh.
give them 6 gold, because there's 6 of us, so you get 6 gold. I know that's wrong. Galen doesn't care. He's not interested. He just like, I have to do this. I don't really want to go in, but we kind of have to go in. Fine.
There's 7 of you actually, Magpie.
Well, yeah, but actually, I thought Radner's already been inside.
Oh, that's true. Radnar's already been there.
Yep.
Yep.
I've been here for
Yeah.
a while.
All right, so you guys arrive at Duke's Gate fairly
I'm sure
early.
Jazzband will pick up the change if no one else does.
You.
You
All
could
right,
give it
so
some
you've
fake
all opted to keep your gear as well, then all your weaponry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All righty then. So you're let in, and as most well-defended castles, like the first area here is like the murder area. So if anyone breaches the first gate, they're fired upon by these 2 towers by a bunch of archers. They guard the secondary internal gate. So yeah, we have the welcome murder pit. Outside of that, you are in the much broader city. So there you go. So what are you guys interested in doing? One of the reasons you really wanted to come here was
Magic
that,
items.
right, that you have a surplus of gold, and you hear this is one of the few places that keeps inventory of magical items.
Now, it said I don't know what we can afford in terms of magical items, and I'm not sure what the range of them are, but
Well, I do have that hammer that I was looking to sell because nobody wanted it. I don't think.
I think Jim can wield it.
no, I have been looking over the things, and it says you can use daggers and nothing else. So I don't know. I've got a magical staff that I can't use as well now. So
Bird might decide not to care about that.
yeah.
No, the way that I do it is anybody can use any weapon. It's just unless you get training, you do a D4 damage, unless it's something that your character can use. So like if you, in a moment of need, pick up a hammer to hit somebody, nothing's keeping you from picking up that hammer. You're just not going to do more than a D4 worth of damage. It takes training to get the
Fair
most
enough.
use out of the weapon. Now, if it's got a magical bonus, you'll get the magical portions of it.
How do you get training in this, given that you don't have
Yeah,
anything like
the
feats?
training is like whenever there's downtime and your character has several weeks or months to learn something, we just say, okay, now you know how to use it. This works for armor too, but anything greater than leather, anything that's got a lot of metal contact, does interfere with spell casting unless you're an elf. So a magic user can learn to use like cloth and leather armor. You can learn to use plate mail if you really wanted to, but it will interfere with your spell casting.
You still wore plate mail.
Yep.
I'm chain, but I'm a carrot, so.
All right. So yeah, you guys have some decisions to make. There's any number of places along the river that you could find to stay in if you want something a little lower rent. So like if you look at the map, so to the west is going to be, if you have less money to spend, you get less security, but you can find a place to stay there. The middle of the map is kind of like your middle to upper income, and then the far right of the map is like, that's a rich area. That's that's Hob Hill.
Yeah, see, there's the Merchant Estate and the Severingen Estate.
Yeah, but I heard
I
that.
just-
I heard about a inn. It's called the Shady Dragon Inn, and it's pretty safe. And
Is it safe for everyone or just safe for dwarfs?
oh, it's safe for everyone.
Everyone that doesn't steal from the customers, that is.
I'm gonna have to behave myself.
Well, you want me to?
I've never been to this place before. I haven't even heard of it really, so I'll let you guys.
I wouldn't mind staying at the Shady Dragon if it's safe.
Safe sounds good after dealing with ogres.
Yeah, and then, I mean, do you guys want to? What do you want to do? Because we can think about the Hollow Earth, or you can go and do your magic item stuff. I wouldn't mind finding if there are any other locksmiths in this city and what the deal is with that.
I mean, if you want to come with me to just sell this weapon real quick, and we can divide the gold amongst ourselves, and then we can go looking around while we're at it.
Yeah,
See if we
I mean, we can
drum up
take
something.
me, you, and Magpie can see what the deal is with the locksmiths. If the other guys want to sell their magic items or whatever.
Buy magic items. Do we have access to the Green Company's money as such?
Well, there are no formalized banks.
Because while the Green Company does have a lot of cash, we obviously don't have a lot of cash on us.
Right.
I mean, we did that deal with the elves of them sending stuff back to Speculara, but that's not how.
Now, there are ways around it. There are, like, the progenitor of banks where you can get letters of credit, and then couriers will go back and forth to verify whether or not the money is there, return the money, that sort of thing. They have that here. The Green Company does not have a guild hall here yet, so you don't have anything pre-established. Might be something you'd be interested in doing while you're here.
Just send a page with a note that says "I owe you."
Yeah, essentially.
Shopping episode.
Yeah. I don't know. What do you guys think? Like the locksmiths head off and do something, and you guys do something else, or do you want to focus on the Hollow Earth? What do you want to?
Is the Hollow Earth the Ravenloft? Because I assumed that was an entirely different thing.
I will add that in when there's a good spot to introduce it. I'll add it in. But yeah, your characters, of course, wouldn't know anything about that yet. So
no. So I was going to say, I thought we were looking at Ravenloft, however that came about.
Yeah.
I assume that is the inn that Jeff was, Darby was directing us towards.
Yeah.
Also, from the Green Company perspective, we got a lot of stuff to do just to set up and deal with more stuff with Green Company than worrying about Hollow Earth stuff.
I mean, I have absolutely no idea on any of this Green stuff company things because I am, slightly older than Azzy here in the Green Company, but not by much.
Because there's that whole thing of our names being besmirched that we still have to deal with somehow, and all that sort of stuff is going to be easy to take care of back in Specularum.
Yep.
Which we're nowhere near.
Yeah,
well, I guess we don't do that then.
So the main reason we wanted to come here was for the magic items.
Yeah.
But if you've got no access to the money,
Or we don't even know how much it's going to cost, so we need to find out that.
Yeah, so we can
I mean-
just sell what we wanted to get rid of that we have, and then just go from there.
I have absolutely no idea why you have made me treasurer, or at least person who records everything. But we have just shy of 175,000 in the entire party funds, which
Wow.
need to be used for whatever else it is that you want to do
Yep.
with the green company. So yeah,
Yeah. We can go through that easily because that's
could
actually
go.
not. That is not actually a lot of money because we were looking at potentially setting up an estate or something back in Specularum and go, no, that's way beyond anything we've got money for at the moment. So that's not a huge amount of money when you get down to it. We can potentially set up a guild hall here that we can look at doing if we want to. I also wanted to maybe set up one in Kelvin as well. But yeah, that and magic items are the main reason. If we happen to come across other things, e.g. Hollowworth, Castle Ravenloft, fine, but it's not the main reason we came out here.
I mean, we could go crazy in the dodgy area and level up if we wanted to.
Arouse. Carouse.
There is that. Yep. There is that.
Probably, I don't really like this place. Just the times and that does not sound like the best of times. We really sort of probably need to contact some. We need to go more to the admin area and find out. We need to get a map of where the good merchants are and find out what a guild hall would take and things like that.
Well, let's say Darby leads you to the Shadow Dragon Inn, which is as good a place as any to set up home base. It is along that area that is pretty well known as being a rough spot. It's located in the area. It's right around here in the map. It's an area called the Hook. It's where the Westgate Road kind of hooks around. So yeah, it's right in there. It is it's a 3-story building. The first couple of stories are rock and stone. Top story is wood. It looks to be one of the better kept, better repair buildings in the area. There are a couple of guys on the outside kind of sitting in chairs playing some dice games on tree stumps up front. You notice that they are well armed and well armored. And then they kind of just give you a wave as you head in. The inn itself, again, this is fairly early that you arrived. It's not exactly bustling. There are some people sitting in corners having a meals. You guys smell, cooking mutton, smell of bacon and eggs being cooked, fresh bread in the ovens. Seems like they do a pretty healthy trade in breakfast here.
So you guys stopped that sentence earlier. You guys smell.
Yeah, you guys all smell awful. So there is a single bartender here. It's a halfling, and a rather elderly one. It's not often that you have seen an elderly halfling. Usually they've got that just ageless appearance to them. This one is just wrinkled like a paper that's been crumpled up and sat in your pockets all day. His hair is long and gray. He's got it tied back in a bun behind him. He's got a leather apron on. He's serving food to everybody. He's got a pipe in his mouth, as most halflings tend to be. He's pretty affable. He's talking to everybody. He sees you guys in, and he just kind of waves you all up to the bar table.
Hey.
Let's have a
Hello.
round of drinks.
Yep. He says, well, would you be wanting the ale or the cider this morning?
Oh, the ale. Always go with the ale.
Yeah.
I'll do the cider.
He pours off of several barrels into wooden mugs and just throws them all down the line of the table to you all. So, if you want some food, just say so. If you need accommodations, just say so. I'm a little short-handed this morning, so if you pardon me for a bit. And he comes out behind the bar with these 2 large platters. He's just bringing drinks and food around to everybody. So the decor of the place is interesting. Like, there are chipped weapons and obviously used and broken armor that's just been tied and hanging from the rafters. There's an enormous black dragon skull that's been preserved and taxidermied. Its mouth is open and it's being used as a coat hanger. People are just hanging their coats off of it. You can see a few other interesting animals that are kept behind glass that have been killed and stuffed and mounted. There's a manticore, a full body manticore that's been stuffed, unfortunately poorly. So its middle is sunken and its hind legs aren't quite. But yeah, there's a manticore behind glass. So this is all being just shown off everywhere. There's also appears to be a wrestling pit towards the middle of the bar. It's depressed into the ground a little. There's little stanchions with a rope marking it off. It's filled with sand. There's still some sand that looks like it's got traces of blood heaped into it.
Is it busy? Are there lots of patrons, or is it?
No, there's a few. No, there's not a lot right now.
And do they look? What do they look like? Rough and ready, or?
Actually, they look like you've seen several lumberjacks in the area. That's the primary commodity here. That's what they look like. You know, they've got huge. Actually, they probably wouldn't pay to bring them in, so no, they don't have weapons on them.
Okay.
There's big burly men that are used to a lot of hard labor. They seem to be just really enjoying the food.
Do any of them look like they enjoy gambling?
Well, there was a couple of guys sitting out front that were dicing on tree stumps as you were coming in.
I think it's time to educate Magpie on the dice games.
You gonna take your ale and go outside then?
Yeah. I mean, I'll take it when the halfling comes back. You guys are going to book us accommodation or whatever. But I don't mind rolling the bones, so to speak.
Fair enough. So soon enough, the halfling comes back. You guys are still sitting at the bar drinking your ales. It's like, well, the name's Alexander. Hope you appreciate our brew there. It's special to our inn. Anything else you're looking for today? Some breakfast.
Breakfast
yeah.
and accommodation. Yeah.
Yeah.
All the above.
Yeah.
As you can see, I don't often turn down breakfast.
Enjoy a man with a healthy gut and hopefully very healthy pockets too. And he winks, and he just comes back with these plate. It looks like everybody's getting the same kind of plate, and he never asks you what you wanted. So he just brings out a plate of food that's just got a mound of bacon, some roots that have been cooked up and steamed, fresh bread, butter, honey. Just a plate of food that he throws in front of all of you guys. Hasn't even asked for payment yet. Well, as far as the accommodations go, well, he kind of looks at everybody. Well, you're not laborers. Got a couple options for you. I've got a couple of large rooms that I can bring in any number of cots you'd like. Or I can get you individual rooms if that's more to your liking.
Individual.
Yeah.
Well, of course, those are going to cost more.
Gambling.
Safety in numbers.
But this place has got a reputation for being safe, according to Derby.
Yeah.
Well, the large room will cost you 50 gold. How long do you need it for? Or need them for?
50 gold.
That's my week rate. 50 gold for the week for the large room. If you want small rooms, individual rooms, they're going to be a bit more overall, of course. He refreshes your ale and your cider.
Let's see if we can get him down on the price a little bit.
But what did you want? So do you want individual rooms or did you want the great room?
I think if the great room's going to be cheaper, it'd just be easier to go with that.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
But then Jazz won't have any place to hide the stuff he's stealing from you.
I'm trying. I need my privacy.
You do a mix of both. If you want a private room for the week, the private room is half as much. So it's 10 gold, but it's only got really enough room for like one bed in it. It's not really very large.
Yeah, I'll go. I just need my privacy, fellas. I'm sure you understand.
All right. So that's the week rate. 50 gold for the great room, 10 gold for the single.
I'll pay the 50 gold.
Oh, you're going to pay it?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. I'll go in the big room with him. Do you need any gold towards that, or?
I did invite you to the Shady Dragon Inn. I'll pay.
All right. I appreciate that.
By the
I'll
way,
take the-
I'm gonna stop Jazz as he's on the way to his private room and go, hey, sorry about taking a bite of you a while back. I wasn't feeling myself.
Yeah, man. And I show him, look, I got a scar. Look, you see that?
Oh, wow. Well, if there's ever anything I can do, need a favor, let me know.
Yeah, no worries, man. You weren't exactly yourself back
That's
then, so it's
true.
good to have the original back.
Good to be back. Good to be back. I don't feel quite the urge to eat everything I kill now.
Yeah, I'm still having an individual room though.
So,
I'm sure.
unless you need it right away, Alexander says that when he gets more help in, he'll have cots brought up to the big room. That includes meals, and as long as you don't drink them dry, that includes drinks for the week as well.
So drinks will be extra.
Yeah, I have a feeling we might need to spend a little extra for drinks, but
I'm gonna ask if he wants just a little bit of help waiting tables, and I can take care of the cots for him. If he wants just a quick hand while he waits.
No. I'll never have a guest lift a hand for anything around here. Just another hour or so, the boys should be in.
All right. I just thought
You
I'd
enjoy your meal.
help. I appreciate it. Thank you.
What is the meal like? Is it good quality ale, good quality food, or is it just cheap and
No, actually,
sufficient?
the ale is good. I mean, not the best you've ever had, but certainly it's not cheap. The cider, though, is the real star. It's crisp, it's light. It's definitely got a little alcoholic edge to it, but it's not the overall taste. Yeah, it's amazing.
So well done, Darby.
Should have
choice.
gotten the cider.
Yeah,
Food
man.
is the same. Like, there's nothing fancy about it, but it's hot, it's fresh, it's flavored well. There's there's a huge plate of it.
Good.
Yeah, this is
So-
definitely not
Nice.
like this is not fine dining or a fine establishment, but it's pretty serviceable, pretty workable.
Hearty food for the lumberjacks. Yeah.
Nice.
Right, yeah. So you guys are finish up your meal. He tops off your tankards a few times. You want to go check out the rooms. So you have your choice. Right now, the second floor is there's nothing really available on the second floor, although there's a single room there. So if you want your room on the second floor, Jazz, you can do that. The third floor is mostly empty, and so you have your choice. The great rooms are each on each corner. So it's square. So each corner has the great rooms. Then in between those great rooms, there are 5 individual rooms. So 20 individual rooms, 4 great rooms on the top floor. It's mostly empty. One of the individual rooms to the north is being taken right now. So you're told just go ahead, claim whichever one you want. On the outside of the door, there's actually a little placard that you can turn from basically claimed to unclaimed. It's just colored on one side and colored a different color on the other side. Once you're in, each of the doors by the way, are very stout, and there are iron bars on the inside that you can drop so that your room is very secure. All the great rooms have windows. The individual rooms, some of them do, some of them don't. So Jazz, since you got an individual room, do you want it on the top floor or second floor?
What is the second floor like? Is it busy?
It is busy. There's only one. I'll give you 2. There's 2 rooms left on the second floor. One has a window, one doesn't.
I want a room with a window, but what about the rooms on the third floor? The individual has a window.
Yeah, your choice, window or not.
I'll take I'll take the window on the second floor.
Second floor, okay.
Second floor with a window, room with a view, ensuite, bucket, whatever they use.
All right, good enough.
Can I put my ear to the wall and listen to the other people?
The only other people on the you said the second floor you're doing?
Yeah.
You could, but the walls are fairly thick. But there's really all the rooms have the occupied thing, but no one's here now. Like this again. This is fairly early in the morning.
All right, cool. No, that's all right. I just wanted to know.
Mhm.
And is there somewhere I can I stash my stuff under the bed, under the cot?
You can. The room has like a travel chest at the front of the bed. It's not got a lock, but it's got an area where you could provide your own if you had one.
right.
If you want to look around and just find a place to hide stuff, you can.
Yeah, I'd probably do that.
Yep. It looks like at one time or another, someone else had the same idea, and there's a few floorboards that are loose with a little cavity beneath.
Yeah, nice. I'll use the floorboards.
Okay. The great room is pretty much empty. Each of them have two windows, one on one wall, one on the other. It's a corner. You got a window and a window as it faces outside. The windows can be barred and locked. The door again has this big iron bar you can drop in front of it. There's a little private area where your the bucket to relieve yourself is located. Other than that, it's barren. There's a chest you can put your stuff in. There's a couple of pegs on the walls to hang things, and of course, Alexander said he would bring in cots when he was able to. But it's a large room. There is a fireplace here, so you can keep it warm pretty well. The individual rooms don't have them, but it's fairly warm. Again, we're getting towards winter.
And this big room is on the second floor, right?
Third floor.
Third
Yeah,
floor.
third
Okay.
floor.
Gonna make sure the windows are barred and locked
Yep.
once we get into the room.
There's no way to lock them, but you can bar them from the inside.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, do that just for that extra security.
Yeah, so one of your walls looks out onto the Duke's Road. The other one looks out onto the Fishhook Lane. So through one window, you've got a good view of the sea or the river, and through the other, you've got a good view of the rest of the city.
Just out of interest, what's the weather doing today?
It's overcast. It's getting colder. It's been gradually getting colder every night that you guys have been out traveling.
All right.
So we were gonna go to the stores, or
Yeah.
You may want to get some information first.
Yeah, I might. I was going to do some. Well, yeah. What kind of information are you after?
What's the lay of the land? What the heck is the abode of the river witch, and why is it right beside us? And this is basically what the hell is the river witch, and why are they abiding right there? Otherwise, yeah, what are some good places to go for armor and that? And who
Right.
do we see?
Well, who are you asking? Are you asking some of the people that are in the inn enjoying their ale and food, or are you going to wait for a lull and ask Alexander?
We could dice it up.
Yeah,
Let's have a
I mean,
game of dice. Come on, we'll take them. We'll take them for every penny they got and get some information while we're at it.
Yeah. But I'll ask Alexander.
Sure. And Jazz, it sounds
Yeah.
like you're mean to throw some dice. So if you want to go outside and enjoy yourself in some dice games, you can do that.
I mean, I'd probably ask if SC wants to join me because he must have a few fancy moves he wants to put.
not really good with the games. I haven't gotten there yet, but you know what? I'll go with you because watching could be good, and also just in case, a little
Yeah,
support.
Keep your dagger handy. You never know.
Yeah.
Magpie is
yeah.
going with you. She's taking to carrying this like 1 foot long wooden like prod, and every time she sees you trying to pick somebody's pocket, she smacks you on the back of the hand.
What kind of locksmith is she? This is like a locksmith with a conscience. This is terrible.
Well, she only does it when she's pretty sure you're going to get yourself killed. But other than that, Radnar, are you doing anything special while you're here? Yeah, actually, it's been who knows how long since you've really eaten last. You've probably been spending your last few days gorging.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm slowing down a little bit, but just enjoying the company of my fellow green company since it's probably been a while since I've seen them.
Okay.
It's been a while since I've seen them in my body, at least.
All right. Darby, you're going up and talking to Alexander. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
All right. Well, he's cleaning some mugs, maybe washing and wiping them off as you come on. You ask him, and he's like, "Well, you'll find all kinds of little sundry shops along the riverbank here if you're just looking for some, minor curatives for what ails you. If you're looking for some charms of that, that sort of thing, you'll find them cheap and plentiful along the river out here. Just any number of those stores you can wander into, and they'll have some kind of charm that you can buy. If you're looking for the good stuff, he's kind of looking you over, looking at your armor. It's like he turns around and he tears off a piece of parchment from behind him, and he lays it down, and it's kind of like it's a crudely scrawled map of the town, and there's a place that's got an X on it. It's like, this is an old companion of mine. He goes by the name of Fupo. He has collected the most amazing items and antiquities and artifacts over his long career. I'll warn you, though, he's not cheap, and he charges you just to set foot into his shop. But from what I understand, it's well worth it for many folks.
Nice. I'll go see him. Oh, thank you, Alexander.
Well, my boys are here now, so if you're going to be gone for a while, we can either wait till you get back, or we can go ahead and drop those cots in there now for you.
Good.
Alexander, as a business person, do you know where we would go to sort out setting up a guild hall?
Well, guild hall, huh? You folks a company?
Yeah, we're the Green Company.
Green Company. Don't think I've met your company here before. Well, first you're going to have to get certain paperwork signed to be able to open a guild hall here. Then you're going to have to find yourself a house that's for rent or sell. I'd head over to the castle. If he thinks about it for a minute. Probably tomorrow. Today's not. You'll be waiting all day if you go today. You get there late afternoon tomorrow. You'll be able to find an official that can get you straightened out. They'll have a logbook of houses that are for sale or rent as well. That's where you're going to have to start. All official, like, the town's got to make its taxes. He got his spits on the floor when he says that. All right, I'm going to go outside here. Jazz, if you want to get in a game of dice, you're welcome to do so. The question of the evening is, are you going to cheat?
Hell yeah, I'm going to cheat. Is there any other way to play?
Okay. All right. So basically, it's just a luck check. So you're going to tell me high or low, roll your dice. And if you're going to cheat, give me a dex check.
All right. I got dex 15. Do I get a bonus for anything?
Nope, you just got to roll a 15 or less.
Not for cheat. I don't have a cheat bonus. All right. Ooh.
All right. Okay. So you're only going to be able to swing your luck roll by just a point. You didn't really roll well on your deck, so within 1 point. So if you roll a 51 and you choose low, that's still good for you.
All right.
All
Okay.
right. All right, so let's have the first roll here, and now they're going to see if they can see that you're doing something to the dice here while you're doing it.
They won't let me use my own dice. I take.
Oh no! Oh no! All right, so call high or low and roll me a D percentage.
Dear. I'm going high.
All right. So you lose the first amount. They're wagering silver out here. So it's a silver a roll. So yeah, you throw down your silver, you lose the first one. And
right.
They didn't seem to notice that you were putting a little spin on the dice, trying to make the dice come out, just fall just the way you like. They didn't seem to notice, but Magpie smacks you on the back of the neck.
All right. Yeah, that's good to lose. You have to lose a couple of rounds to let them relax, and then you start to take them.
All right. So here's how we're going to do this then. How much are you willing to lose?
We're doing silver, so we are a little bit flush, though. I would, uh, I would be prepared to lose, say, 20.
Okay, good enough. Make me another dex check. This is you're continuing to cheat, unless you don't want to.
I always want to. I always want to bend the rules.
All right.
All right.
So you're under by 3.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can shift your roll by 3 up or down from a high low. So we're just going to make one more roll, and this is going to be for like the next half hour as you dice. All right.
All right. Cool.
So call high or low. Roll the dice.
High. Oh no, it's low.
Yep. All right, you lose all of that money.
20 silver. Holy
Yeah.
mac- I blame Magpie.
All right. So what are you asking, or what are you talking about as you're dicing here?
I'll start off keeping it a bit light and breezy. What are they? Do they look like lumberjacks? These people?
No. These look like either professional guards or soldiers.
Yeah.
Maybe professional adventurers, if there were such a thing.
I'm going to start off first just by asking how long they've been in the city and what's it like? What's their impression of the place?
All right. Turns out that they are actually local militia. These guys are part of the town guard, which is not the same thing as there are knights in the castle. Of course, everybody knows that. And they're there for the defense of the realm. Outside of that, there are soldiers that defend the town. Of course, they can call upon the knights if they need to. So one of the guys, they're all generous at your loss and speak quite well. One of the guys, though, as you're talking and you're getting to know them, he kind of as his friends go and relieve themselves or go in to get their ale filled, he says, "Now I don't know what kind of game you're playing here, but generally when somebody cheats, they cheat to win."
Can I give him some? I pretend to rub my nose, but I'm giving him some kind of locksmith type. Is he a locksmith by any chance?
Yeah, he returns the. He's like, "No, yeah. He plays it off, but he returns the signal to you. It's like, you won't find too many of us in this town.
Yeah. So what's
a little dangerous.
the deal with
a little
that?
dangerous to ply that trade around here.
Is there any kind of action going on in the city?
A little bit. Penny ante here and there, mostly stealing from the merchants along Riverside here. Nothing too big. You try and take anything from the highborn around here. He does like.
Oh, really?
They don't put up with it, not in the least. They don't mind stealing from the poor, but you try to steal from people that make it worth your while.
I say, have you got any plans to do any work? I say,
Yeah.
I point to Magpie and I see. I say, these are with me. We could do a little group if you like.
Oh no, I got a steady job now in town guard. They pay us pretty well. It's safe. Usually, all we have to do is break up drunken brawls. I'm all about that. I've retired from the locksmithing life.
That's a pity. I'm sure as a town guard you could have made me aware of any people coming in who were
Well, not to say that I don't pass along information now and then. Make a little on the side.
Yeah, so
so his friends come back with beer, and he kind of quiets up.
We'll wait for them to use the restroom before we continue.
All right, so let's say so some time has passed. You guys notice that no one is tarred and feathered Jazz yet. He's still standing out there playing dice, so it looks like everything's all right. What do you guys want to do next? You've gotten a location of somebody that can sell you some supposedly pretty substantial magic. Radnar, you know that the place where you can get spells are pretty anemic here. Unless you're a low-level mage, there's not going to really be much here for you. Might be some stuff here for Fig Jam. Fig Jam's what, 3rd?
Don't insult me. Yes.
Yeah, you could get lower-level spells here that you may not have in your book, Fig Jam. But for the good stuff, you might have to buy it, Radnar.
Yeah. All right, let's see what I got.
Yeah. So what do you guys want to do? What's next?
I mean, really, the only thing that I have here to do is, hey, we happen to have uncut gems. This is a
Ooh.
place. There's probably somewhere to get these gems cut so that they are worth more, so that we can sell them for more money. That is just about the only thing that I can think to do right now.
And
So,
You-
if anybody knows of any jewelers or people, gem people,
Well, this friendly guard over here, I'm sure, can tell us, point us in the right direction.
Yeah. Let's say you come in to tap, to refill your ale, and you can talk to them a little bit. Darby, you would know that the uncut gems, probably a dwarf, would probably pay good money for quality, large, uncut gems.
nice. And well, you said that there were dwarves that are living in the city.
Mm-hmm.
Do they live in a particular area of the town?
Well,
And
generally the dwarves that come here are pretty well-to-do, so probably not out here in the docks. You would figure in probably in the merchant district.
yeah, the blacksmith
Yeah,
road.
Blacksmith's Road.
Yeah,
You don't know of
Yeah.
anything. Well, I tell you what. High or low, roll me a d100. Let's just see if you
Okay.
happen to have heard of a specific dwarf that set up shop here. So call high or low and roll the d100.
yeah. I'll pick high. I rolled a 44. No.
Just from a friend of a friend, you know what you know about this place. So nobody direct.
Okay. Well, and it's early in the day, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so what do you think, guys? We go. I've heard about a guy named Fupo, and he sells amazing things like magical items. I think he could be interested in the Warhammer that we picked up from the ogre. What do you think?
Bill smirks
Yeah.
when you talk about it, makes me think we're going to be in a lot of trouble when we go there. Yeah, magic items.
Yeah, and so we could go to his shop, the Fupo's shop, and then we go in the merchant neighborhood. I don't know.
Yeah, sounds okay.
And well, tomorrow we could go to the castle and learn about how to get more involved in this city. Right. Well,
Yeah. So yeah, what's
di-
the plan? What's the game plan? Where are we going?
we're going at Fupo's shop.
It's our first stop. All right. Everybody
Yeah.
into this? Everybody going?
Yep.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
sounds good.
So Jazz, the guard's name is Ryan. He tells you he usually has the mid shift around here. He'll stop,
Uh-huh.
if you're staying here, he usually stops in a couple of times a night.
Okay, I'm gonna be using him.
Never did ask about the River Witch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Would
you wouldn't.
would
you
we
wouldn't
know
know
it's
about
called
it.
that though?
No, no, you'd have no idea.
No.
We need to get one of the tourist maps. It's a River
Yeah.
Witch here.
Yeah.
What's this rob you blind alley? What's that?
You mean the locksmith, Alan?
Right.
Mm.
Okay, so Fupo's place is. Give me a second here.
I'm expecting it to be the old Chinese guy from Bert's stem cell murder campaign.
right.
Yeah,
Just
you
down
remember.
here in the corner. Little area called Corner Gate. It's actually along Old Blacksmith Road, so you might be able to find your dwarven jeweler around here as well. As you're walking down here, something that might interest you later, Galen, is there is a forest growing within the castle gates, and there are tree houses, elven houses in the boughs.
Yeah, that is. What are elves doing putting up with this damn place? Okay.
Yep, they seem to have grown their own forest inside the city walls here.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you find Fupos, which is a very interesting structure. It's got a very ornate wood-carved roof that kind of slopes in the corners. It's got pillars in each corner, but there is it's not open air. There's walls built into it, but it feels like the structure was meant to be open air. There are a number of banners and flags and all kinds of bright colors, all dyed silk, which in itself is a lot of wealth to show off there. The place has dark glass mirror windows, but you actually can't see inside. Like you press your face against the window, and it's just like a pane of black obsidian. You can't see it or see through it, but it's glass of some kind. The front doors.
Take 10 minutes before we go in.
Yep. There's 2 shaggy dogs, and when I say shaggy, the hair is like overgrowing so much that you can't even see the legs underneath them, and they're huge. Like they're low to the ground, but they're massive. Like they're several feet at the shoulders, like 2-3 feet at the shoulders, and they're just kind of lounging on the stone steps going to the doors. And the doors are these brightly deep red doors, double doors. And again, they've got the strange black glass set into them that you can't see through. And as you come up, both dogs stand again, although you can't see their feet beneath them. They just suddenly become taller. And they both let out a howl, each in a different tone, one immediately after another. And the front doors, you hear a click, and they kind of open in just a little bit.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Hi there, food dogs.
Doorbells. Or dog bells? I don't know.
Doorbell.
I need to
Wow.
ask something real quick. Radnar, what was your alignment?
Well, that's a good question. Let me look on my sheet here, and I can tell you because I forget.
Mm-hmm.
Neutral.
My alignment was lawful.
Okay.
Oh.
All right.
But now,
Yeah, your stay as the flaming skull Radnar has shifted you a little bit. You're still lawful, but you're having a little bit more neutral tendencies. You care less about certain things.
Right.
Is
You know,
anybody?
do we notice any change in his personality? Or...
Not really. I mean, he apologized for biting you. That seems right along. But when he did it, he kind of rubbed the location as if checking for tenderness. So who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? Is anybody in the party actually chaotic?
Go.
I am.
Okay. So is anyone going through the doors? So the doors like open just
Yeah.
enough that they don't look like they're locked.
Oh wait,
let's
no.
push 'em open
I'm
and
not
see what happens.
chaotic. I'm
Okay.
neutral. Sorry.
Okay, just me then.
Oh,
Yeah, that'll
so
be fun. Yeah.
You're
The
chaotic.
intention was. Yeah.
You're
Yeah,
chaotic.
we'll go.
I always pick chaotic. Why'd I pick neutral?
The dogs will eat you if you're chaotic, probably.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Find
So as everybody passes, I'll say Galen. Everybody passes without any interest in the dogs at all after they made their signaling. But Galen, as you pass, their noses kind of go in the air and they start sniffing around. You can't even see their eyes. Even their eyes are covered by the shaggy hair, but they seem to be sniffing you up and down, and they're pacing you in a circle.
Oh, yeah. I'm a ranger. Animals are attracted to me.
All right. So who's going in first?
I will.
Yeah.
All right. You walk in, and there is almost like portcullis bars that drop from the floor to the ceiling. And there's a man behind it who's relatively short, maybe 5 feet. He's not a halfling, but he's relatively short for a human. He's got black hair laced with gray, a really long mustache. His hair is braided in a really long, several feet long braid. He's wearing very colorful, like a jacket with enormous cuffs on it, which he's got his hands kind of just holding like this. And as you come in, he's got a big smile on his face. It's like, welcome to Foucault's Emporium. I have the wonders of all ages here. It'll cost you 1 gold per to come in and see and perhaps purchase my great items. Big smile on his face. And then he pushes a little drawer that extends out on your side of the bars. 1 gold apiece, please.
Oh, 1 gold piece to see what you have?
The miracles that I possess here are worth a measly gold coin simply to be in their presence.
Well, maybe it's worth it. Yeah, okay. I'll pay
just
him his
remember,
gold.
when you spend gold, including the 50 you spend earlier, that becomes XP.
Yep, for the whole party. So, yeah. Does everybody pay up?
Yeah, I'll pay.
Grudgingly.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
Fig Jam's not going to pay?
I'm not paying to go into a place where I might possibly buy. Nobody charges me to go into a shop. Screw you.
Okay, you go buy now.
Yeah.
One of the dogs kind of gently grasps the hem of your robe and starts pulling
Like, yeah,
you
I'm
up.
done. I don't care. Screw you, man. I'm not gonna
Wait for us outside.
Magpie
Don't
go too
is
far.
going to choose to not go in either. She's going to
What?
stay outside.
Don't like those dogs,
Well-
eh? Think they might eat you if you try and go in there. Right, I get you.
Yeah, she just
Okay.
shrugs and sits down on the outside. One of the dogs actually just comes over and lays its head on her lap.
See? Then I've
If there
got-
wasn't a clearer sign that she's the protagonist.
All right, so
Ale-
a door.
Alexander,
Go ahead. Sorry.
he did not tell us that it would cost.
Oh, he
1
did
gold
actually.
piece
He
to
did.
enter.
He says he
Oh, he
charges
did?
to
Oh,
come.
yeah.
He did.
He said it would cost money to go in.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. If everybody's still standing here, pays a little click and side door opens and you can come around. You actually, now that you're inside, you guys can see clearly out of the windows from this direction. Like you can see the street, you can see Fig Jam and the apprentice locksmith out the outside on the stoop, but you could not see in from the outside. And he has just shelves and shelves and shelves that just seem to stretch back. It seems to stretch further back than the building is actually long on the outside. There are things hanging from the walls. And there are actually rooms set up. Each room seems to be like themed. One room has got like Darakeen kind of colors and trappings and like costumes and outfits from that realm. You've got some from the northern realms, lots of furs, lots of bone weaponry and weaponry that's like gilded with scrimshaw and that sort of thing. Like the whole place is set up that you'd pay that for a museum experience sort of thing if you were a wealthy individual in this world. It's definitely not just a place to come and buy your stuff and go. This place has been set up to give you a experience of different things. There's actually one place that's set up kind of like a cave. And since you guys have been interacting, well, most of you guys have been interacting recently with Yithian artifacts. There are Yithian artifacts in there. Some stones that have Yithian glyphs on it that have been, removed from their original locations and brought in here. But there is just so much to look at. And Fupo says, well, if you'd like to look around, you feel free to do so. If you want to purchase any specific thing, come and talk to Fupo. I'll make you a great deal from me. But I'll do what I can for you.
What
Oh,
if
we
we
left
want to
our,
sell?
Ooh, what do you have to sell?
we left our treasure outside.
Mhm. I pull out the Warhammer, the magical one, and just thump it on the table
He puts
gently.
a monocle in and he looks at it. He says, "This will take me some time to investigate offer you the best price for Fupo. If you would like to look around while I'm doing this, please do. Your item is safe." He actually pulls out like a wooden token and just scribes something on it, hands it to you.
What did we do with the helmet? Because I don't think any of us wanted it. Wanted to keep it for us personal things. So what did we plan to do with the helmet? Can we just say we've got that too to sell, or does someone want
You
it?
have the helmet. Yeah, it's a matter of whether you want to sell it.
Yeah, I thought somebody wanted the helmet.
I didn't.
We did because it was magical, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So,
The ego helmet.
It had
Yeah,
had
that would
an
dominate your
intelligence.
will and force you to do things.
Oh, we were
Did
gonna
somebody
sell
wanna
one of the
try
that.
and sell
dogs
that?
while you're waiting. Oh.
Yeah. Who has it? And did you want to try and sell it?
It's in the party
Okay.
treasury. Nobody specifically picked it up.
Then
right
anybody could have it on them. Then, if you want to try and sell it, you can.
Sure.
You gonna
Yeah,
hand it over to him?
I don't know.
Yeah.
May as
Tell
well.
him to put it on. See what happens.
He takes it and he puts it on. And he stands there for a minute and he says, "Oh, hello there," and he starts having a conversation with the helmet.
Yeah, all right.
Oh dear.
All right, yeah. He's way powerful than any of us are. I'm not even gonna.
All right,
gonna try.
Other than looking around at all the fabulous stuff around here, and actually, Radnar, if you wanted to do the 10-minute thing so that you can see magic,
Oh yeah.
yeah, you have to close your eyes quickly.
You're blinded.
Because, yeah, everything in this place is magical.
I'll close my eyes after suggesting we charge him to put the helmet on.
Nice. Yeah. Again, everything is magical here. Even the building is magical. Some things are stronger than others. If you're checking out the interplay of the helmet, yeah, obviously the helmet's magical, but he doesn't seem to be really affected with it. He's actually having a conversation about the intricacies of which tea provides the best healing properties now. Strange.
Good to know.
So, other than looking around, I'm going to ask each one of you, what are you looking for? So, Galen, let's start with your character.
So I'm not sure what the categories of magical items are. So I just want better armor. See if there's better weapons. See what sort of other magical enhancements I can get. That sort of thing.
What kind of weapon do you want?
I've got a mace +1 already.
Mm-hmm.
So is there a +2 I can get? Is there?
You like maces? Okay.
I've got a mace. I mean, having a D8 base would be probably better than a D6.
Okay.
So we had a mace and they gave it to me, so it's more than I had. You know, maces was my thing.
Okay. First of all, roll me a D100.
15.
Okay. There are a number of maces. Some of them are pretty standard, metal handles, metal halves, metal heads. Some of them are more interesting. One of them seems to have like just a big chunk of obsidian rock tied on with a cord held together by wood. But it's massive. Like the piece of rock is, it's the size of your head. One of them is got a perfectly spherical, it looks like a gemstone, uncut gemstone that's attached to a metal half that's got all kinds of intricate designs in them. There are a few maces here. Interestingly enough, the one that is just a hunk of stone on a wooden handle is the only one that's actually kept behind glass. The others you can kind of pick up and move around.
Any of them feel +2-ish?
Well, Rydar can tell you that it's all magical.
Yeah.
The one that radiates the most magic is the one behind the glass. Rydar, give me an intelligence check.
All right.
That's where we need Fig Jammies. So with the bonuses.
Yeah, that's under your intelligence, right?
see here.
Oh wait, no, never mind. That wasn't your roll. That's your roll.
Oh, that's my roll.
Right, the one behind the glass is the most seriously enchanted. It is also another item, though, that seems to have its own will behind it. It seems to possess itself, as it were. The other two are magical as well, though. If you pick them up and kind of swing them around, just get a feel for it. The one that has the looks like it's a solid stone, a gemstone of some sort in it, feels a little bit better in your hand.
That one sounds more
Yeah,
interesting.
the intricate work on the haft looks elven. Just at first sight, I'm not saying it is elven, but it looks elven. And it's definitely lighter than you would think it would be. It's not top heavy. It's well balanced. Right, you pick that up.
Yep.
You said you want to look for armor as well. Is that correct?
I've got chainmail +1. Can I get better than that? Given I'm still having
Okay.
clerical issues.
Roll me a d100.
No.
Okay, 97.
What's a 97?
All right. You pass some
In fact, I
armor.
get my armor taken off me and beaten to death.
Yeah, you pass some armor. There's not a lot in the way of light metal armor. Most of it is plate, field plate or fold plate, but you do come across some shields.
Yeah, I can use shields.
All right, you want to grab one of the shields?
Yeah, sure. But that helps with armor, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, may as well.
All right. Radnar, you're next. Are you looking for anything in particular?
No, I don't really have any money to spend. I mean, I have a little bit.
Well, the group does, though. Like the group
I know,
company
but
does.
I'm just having rejoined the group. I don't want to immediately start spending.
If you find something that's useful for that would help you with the party, go for it.
If I find any kind of I don't know, something that has to do with protection, improving my armor class or something like that. I'm pretty set up with, since the company was nice enough not to take any of my scrolls or rings. I'm pretty set up for offensive capabilities. Looking for defensive.
Sure. Roll me a d100.
How many rings have you got?
How many rings have I got?
Yeah.
Let's see here. I've got a ring of magic missiles, and I've got a ring of spell storing that right now has a fireball spell in it.
So you can't really get a ring of deflection, unfortunately. You don't.
Yep. Roll me a d100 to see if anything catches your eye.
We'll get a circlet of a prediction, don't you? You probably get a circlet or something.
I'm just gonna roll actual dice if that's okay.
Yep, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Not a problem.
All right. 29.
Okay. And if you're keeping up your magic vision the entire time, just kind of squinting through all the power that you're seeing, you find an amulet that has a couple of interesting characteristics. It's only a +1, but it gives a +1 in a radius. So not only does it give you a +1, but anyone that's standing next to you or close to you, it extends that bonus to them as well.
Nice. I'm going to show a great deal of interest in this. Yeah. Yeah. What? How much is this?
Well, nothing has prices on it.
Nothing has prices on it.
Yep. But these are unless it's behind glass, it looks like you're supposed to just pick it up and bring it over to Fupo to do the bargaining.
Okay, definitely pick this up.
Okay. Jazz, what are you looking for?
I'd like to see if there's any extra special locksmithing tools available.
Ooh, special tools. Okay. You actually are drawn to a room that it looks very interesting to you. There's all kinds of like soft leather boots, cloaks, interesting grapple type of tools, things of the trade, we'll say.
Exactly.
Give me a D100. Give me a D100 roll.
All right, let's do a good one this time. D100. 23.
Okay. Let's see, 23. That is 23 is amulets. Okay. All right, so you do find two things of interest. One of them
Mhm.
is a greave, goes over your left or right arm. You figure that probably does something to help with your abilities to pick locks or pick pockets, even. The other thing you find is what looks like a thieves' tool. It's a long, skinny piece of metal, but it doesn't have any teeth on it like you would expect for jiggling, tumblers. It's very thin and it's very straight.
As I'm looking around this room and the stuff, does his stuff look genuine or counterfeit or anything?
Well, Radnar with his vision on can tell you that everything is magical. There's nothing here that's not.
Yeah, this is all
Right.
legit.
It's all legit. Would I know what the benefits of these things are, or would I have to ask the guy?
You'd have to ask, yeah. Unfortunately, without research, even Radnar couldn't tell you, immediately what they do. The
I guess I
amulet was
take.
something that he just kind of, felt what it might do. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, I'll just take both of them up to him
Yeah,
and
pick them both up. All right.
get any more information from him.
Okay. So how about Jeff? How about your character?
Yeah, Darby would be interested in maybe a magical shield or a ring of protection.
Okay, armor or a ring. Can you roll me a d100?
80.
Okay. Same place that Galen picked up a shield. There was another next to it, a little bit heftier. Before dwarf feels right in your hands. And the other thing you said was a ring.
Yeah.
Okay, roll me another d100.
I also looked at bows.
91.
Oh, 91. That's a good one. Okay, yeah. You find a ring that's got little symbols etched on it that look like different types of shields, like Targ shields, little handheld shields, big kite shields. They're just kind of etched all around it.
Good.
You gonna pick that up as well?
Yeah.
Okay, Dion. What is your character looking
so,
for?
I'm looking for 3 different things in a sense, just to glance and see what I can find.
Mhm.
Longbow,
Mm-hmm.
ammunition for a longbow,
Mm-hmm.
if there's any, and in character, I wouldn't know what this is. Out of character, I want to find a ring of Dijin summoning.
All right, roll me 3 d100s.
Yes, sir. Uno, dos, trois.
Okay. Yes, on the bow. There's any number of bows. None of them are behind glass. They all look pretty good, so you can grab a bow. As far as arrows, you have your choice. There are single arrows just laying on cushions about. There are bundles of arrows laying on cushions about, and then there are quivers,
Just empty quivers.
empty quivers.
Oh, I'm gonna grab one of those,
Okay.
and I'm gonna grab a bow.
Okay.
And what about the ring?
As far as the ring, you see a lot of different rings. Since your character would have no idea what to look for.
I want to see the pictures on them.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, nothing really just calls out to you that it's any kind of ring of summoning. You find a few that have like animal figures etched onto them. Most of them are just quite plain, without any kind of evidence of what it might do.
Is there like a gold one with weird elven writing on the inside and
There are
outside?
a lot of gold ones with weird writing on the inside and the outside.
We're just gonna grab a silver one with writing on it and go.
Okay.
Just a random one. Just boop, and just walk over and.
Okay. Yeah, so you take some time looking around. Meanwhile, outside, the dog seems to have fallen asleep on Magpie's lap. She just continues to scratch it between the eyes. Richard, what is Fig Jam doing?
Nothing but I guess I had one thing that I kind of want is I just want a bunch of crappy lockets. I don't care really what they are. Just big enough to hold a coin in, really. That's
Okay.
all. They don't have to be fancy. They don't have to be good.
Right.
Just
Actually, while you're
good
here,
little
you're near the area where there are a lot of blacksmith, whitesmiths, and goldsmiths. If you want to go and check out one of their stores and find that sort of thing, you can.
Yeah, it doesn't
Sure,
matter.
yeah.
I'm just looking for crappy ones that can hold sort of a coin-sized object.
Sure. Yeah. So you can get whatever you want. A gold amulet would cost a gold. If you want silver, it would cost a silver. Copper would cost like 10 copper. You can get as nice or as plain as you want. That's basically the prices. A copper amulet, 10 coppers. Nice silver amulet's about a silver. An okay gold one, about a gold.
Yeah, then we'll have copper ones. And I'll
Okay.
just the object of the exercise here is to get them and then to cast continual light onto
Yeah.
a coin and then just put it in there and then hand it
yeah.
out to the party so everybody has a source of light.
So you can
If
get
they need
some
it.
that have like almost like a gilded cage so the light can shine through, or you can get some that are solid so that you have to open it so the light will show and you close it and the light will be gone.
Solid.
Solid.
I
Okay.
want it solid,
Yeah,
so
very
that
good.
nobody knows what's there. And I want the copper ones because nobody's going to steal a copper thing. And
Yeah.
coins of continual light, however, are reasonably pricey, or at least rare.
Right. All right, so let's go in reverse order then. Dion, you'll come up to the counter. It seems like Fupo has finished his conversation with the helmet. He continues to wear it, and he's chuckling. He's just belly laughing. It's like, I'll give you 50. I'll give you 50,000 for the two. He's quite a character.
Wow, that's a lot. What do you guys think? Yeah, maybe we could trade.
Maybe.
Trade.
Let's see how much all this stuff costs first.
Yeah.
He actually big smile with that. It's like, oh, you're smart, very smart.
Yeah? What? Since when?
All right, Dion. So you come up first, and you lay down the bow, the quiver, and the ring. And he kind of looks you up and down. He kind of squints his eyes. He's like, turn around for me. He's like, oh, I feel that you don't have enough gold to pay for all of this. He looks down. He looks up at you. He says, 25,000.
I honestly, before I consider buying, was curious what they did.
Oh, your standard. The bow helps you shoot straighter. You put arrows inside the quiver. The arrows become magical. Unfortunately, the magic is random. You're not sure what it will do. Sometimes the arrows explode. Sometimes they cause fire. Sometimes they cause ice. Unknown.
Oh. And the ring?
Oh, the ring. The ring is very special. Put it on.
I put it on.
Okay. So what everyone around you notice is that where your friend, well, your acquaintance was just standing, is now just kind of a billowing outline of fog and smoke, vaguely in his general shape. You feel completely the same. Your character feels completely the same, Dion.
I don't feel anything.
So if you try to take a step back or move, that's when you kind of notice that your form is just kind of, it's like mist. Like you can move, but not very quickly, but you can pass under like the smallest of cracks. You can levitate.
I'm gonna just crop dust jazz.
Yeah. But now he's inhaled portions of you, and you don't know what's going to be missing when you come back.
All right, so I'm gonna just like take the ring off at that point. Like, wow, this is really cool.
Don't know. No idea how many charges are left.
Well, I'll pass on the ring. It's not quite what I'm hoping for, but it is cool, and I appreciate you letting me feel that experience. That was kind of odd, but I do want the bow and the quivers.
20,000.
Did he just raise the price?
No.
Did he say 15,000 for?
No.
Okay, okay. I was like, wait a minute. 20. Oh, that's What about just the quiver?
Half 10.
Okay, well, I'm good with just the quiver. If yeah, yeah.
Okay. So you'll set it aside. Darby, you're bringing
Yeah,
up a shield and a ring.
Yep.
He's like, oh, those are good. Those are very good. 35.
And just for the ring.
Just
What
for the
would-
ring? I'm
Yeah.
not. Put it on. He actually looks quizzical. He's like, put it on.
Yeah.
I don't think he knows what they do.
I put it on.
Okay. You feel stronger.
Stronger. Okay. And what if I wielded shield?
It's lighter than it looks like it should be. I mean, it looks like a really substantial metal shield, but it doesn't weigh like it's very heavy. Is you have an easier time moving around?
Okay. Maybe I'll keep the ring.
Mhm.
I'll put aside the shield for now.
Okay.
How much would it cost, the ring?
The ring?
Yeah.
8.
8. Okay. Good. No,
All right.
Let's go with
Jazz?
this.
Jazz, you put down the piece of metal and the bracer, right?
Yeah,
Just those two things?
yeah. I mean, the rings look awesome, but they also look a bit dangerous. So yeah, just
Yeah. He looks at those and says, okay, I'll sell you these, but just so you know, my place is enchanted, so these will not work against my doors and wards.
Dang it! I was going to come back tonight. Okay. Any idea what they do? Can I try the glove on, or Can he give me the information?
He tosses you a lock. With your locksmithing experience, it's fairly complicated. You could probably pick it, but it would take some time. He tells you
And
to
with the-
slide the lock pick in, and it pops open. You don't have to wiggle it or anything. You just insert the metal, and the lock pops open.
Nice. And the greave, the glove.
Put it on.
Oh. All right, I put it on.
Okay. How many daggers do you have on you?
Let me check. Daggers. I have 4.
Oh, juggle them.
I don't know if I can juggle.
You can now. The bracer makes you more dexterous.
Nice. Well, look at that. 4 daggers. So, all right, cool. And how much does he want for these?
Well,
fine
these are a
items?
special thing. They will allow you to let's say make extra profit on the side. So I couldn't possibly let them go for anything less than 100,000.
100,000.
You can bargain.
How can I? I was thinking like 100 copper pieces. 100,000. We don't have this money. Well, I mean that's like half of the money from the funds. So speaking, how much like dexterous bonus would the glove give me?
I'm not going to tell you until you make your decision.
I can't take.
You're
them both.
considerably
It's
more dexterous. Let's just put it that way.
almost as dexterous as Magpie.
Oh, you have no idea how dexterous Magpie really is.
Or
I mean, that would be
could use-
completely inappropriate for you to bring up in a.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to have a dexterous off with Magpie. I mean, they're both pretty good. How about Now, how much money have we got in the fund? Did you say 275,000?
Richard, you have the book count.
We can't all buy everything we want because we don't have enough
You've
money.
got 175.
175.
Just shy of that it was. But I mean, somebody said we don't have access to it anyway because we don't have letters of marque or anything. So I don't know what you're bargaining with or how we're bargaining.
Have I got anything on me he'd be interested in?
Yeah.
I do have some scrolls. I've also got a treasure finding potion. I show him the treasure finding potion. I say, would you be interested in something like this?
He takes it, takes a small sip. You know, this is usually how people figure out what potions are. He's like, well, you didn't poison me. I'll put that in your favor. A few hundred, 500.
All right. I want that locksmith tool though. I really want the tool. So,
Well, perhaps we can work out a bargain later. You come and see Fupo after hours.
all right. I will certainly do that. I want that tool, and I take my potion back. Thank you.
Okay. Galen. So you're coming up with a shield and a mace, right?
Yep. I think I'm also grabbing a bow, but at this point, I don't even know if I get. I'd probably be rejecting just one of these items.
Yep.
So, let's just
Yeah,
go.
so yours actually, you know, he looks at it and it's like 18,000. That modest but good utilitarian weapons.
So how much is that in total? Does anyone keep track of what our individual totals are, what our individual amounts are?
I was 10,000.
Someone has their thing on. Darby, what were you?
I pick up the ring that would give me. I think I'll feel stronger.
Yeah, how much was that?
8,000.
And Bill, Jazz, you're doing your own thing. I acknowledge that.
Yeah, I have to come back after hours.
I'll go up with the amulet and see how much they want for this.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot about your amulet, Radnar.
Okay.
800 for the amulet.
Be modest here, okay?
800,000 or
No, 800 gold, and not.
I don't know. This
Yeah,
guy's
sorry.
been
Yeah,
doing all sorts of big
exactly.
numbers.
Yeah, you're right. 800 gold. Yep.
At that point, we can throw in some extra items.
Yeah.
Even if we just do over the 50 that he offered us for that. Okay, what else did you want? Well, we'll go with what are the other items you picked up that were potentially of interest.
The bow was another 10,000, but
Okay. That's a possibility.
yeah, I don't need that. I'm happy with just the quiver.
Okay. Darby was.
Yeah, the shield. How much was it? 20,000. Bird, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, basically, it's a choice between the shield and the ring.
How much for just a basic bow? That's basically +1. How much for a +1 bow if I want to go grab one of those?
Okay. 5,000.
Okay. Oh, I can throw in my mace +1 because I'll be swapping it out for one of my new maces.
Yeah, mace +1. He'll give you 1,000 for it.
So that would. So if you can bargain him down 10,000 or get him down to somewhere more reasonable, then we've got enough money that we can do our lot with you getting a shield as well, Darby.
So Jazz, if you're 10,000 short, he says that we can discuss that later, and he'll spot you the 10,000, pending your conversation later.
I'm down with that. Maybe he wants me to do a little errand for him.
Mhm. All right, so you basically make an agreement. You agree to see him. Yeah, he doesn't. He says it doesn't have to be this evening, but come in sometime after hours, after sundown at some point. He may have a job that will be lucrative to you, and you can pay off your debt to him
Here,
as
here,
well.
we welcome to NFL networking.
Yes, it's for the NFL Network, and right. So okay. So here's what we came out with. So Radnar, you've got an amulet. There's a +1 protection, but it also grants that +1 to everyone within 10 feet of you.
Okay.
Okay.
Nice.
Everyone that's you consider an ally. I'll be more specific.
Okay.
The quiver, Dion. Basically, you just put arrows in it, and it's going to have a random magical effect per arrow shot. You don't know what it is. It may not all be good, but it's going to have a random magical effect.
Quiver of wild magic. Got it.
Did you pick up a bow?
I don't think we went through with the bow. No.
Well, Jameis said he picked up a basic bow. Was that for you, Jameis?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's me.
It's a bow +1. The shields are
Yeah.
both shields +2.
Oh,
Nice.
Okay. The slightly more expensive one, which is Jeff's, it also gives you a little bit more protection against arrows. So like if someone's shooting arrows at you, the armor class is actually 1 better. Okay.
Nice.
The mace is a mace +3.
Nice.
However,
but
but when you crit on it, things happen. Okay, not necessarily good, not necessarily bad, but things happen.
I've come seen that
yeah.
before. The other thing I just want to note is that with all that, that's actually 5,800.
Mhm.
So we still need to. I can pay the 800, or that'll go towards the.
Well, I was
Sure,
gonna say
yeah.
if we can just ask if we can break it even.
Yeah, he'll discuss that with Jazz. Yeah.
Okay.
He'll discuss that with Jazz.
Okay.
60. Oh, I should say 60. 800. Okay.
Jazz, he's going to front you the stuff before you have your conversation. So the lock pick it'll basically open any lock that you can get it into. In other words, if it's a magical lock that doesn't have an entrance, it's not going to work. But any lock that has an entrance, it will open. It has a
Nice.
set number of charges, though. It doesn't last forever.
Is there a way to recharge it?
You'll have to talk to your mages about that. It's a spell research thing. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. Okay.
I've got no idea how many charges currently.
The bracer is actually quite nice. It's a +2 to Dex.
Ooh,
Yep.
good stuff.
Okay. Did I get everything? Darby, you got your shield.
Yeah.
What else did you get?
I think I
Ring.
got a ring.
Yeah.
That I felt stronger.
Yes. It is actually roll me a D100. Oh boy. Okay, good and bad. It's this is just for bookkeeping. Your character wouldn't know this until it comes up. Okay. If
Okay.
you wear it all the time, it's a strength +3.
Nice.
It will put you over 18 if the 3 will do that. However, if you again, your character won't know this, but the longer you wear it, it's going to essentially turn you into an alcoholic. You're eventually just going to have to be drinking all the time.
He's a dwarf. Good notice.
Oh,
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Well.
I will just point out that we have currently at least 5 rerolls on the table if you want to try something.
Yeah,
different.
you can re-roll on this if you want to. It's up to you. But +3 is like the best plus you were going to get, but it did have a minor
The downside.
downside.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'll think I would. I'll
And again,
I'll-
the effects only happen if you leave the ring on all the time. Of course, your character wouldn't know that right away, but you might figure it out once you have it on, and then you start drinking and figure out that you want to always be drinking.
Okay, let's try it. And if I don't behave myself,
Yeah.
I count on my friends to
Right. I'm
bring
doing
me-
this just for sake of bookkeeping, so I'm going to give you the downsides. You just, role play it out as far as your characters would figure it out. So is that everyone? Does that get everyone? The bow is just a bow plus 1.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was all I wanted. Just nice. So at least I've got a missile range that's a +1. Got some magical range to it.
Okay. So let's say you guys meet back up. Magpie actually went out and she's got a bag full of baked goods that she's munching on. Looks like fig jam is coming back from one of these shops on the side. May have a little bag of something. Just real quick, if you want to try and sell your gemstones, who's selling them?
No.
No,
The,
the
they're
raw gems.
uncut gems.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, because
They
the
can be
dwarven.
worked so that they can be worth more. The idea is to find somebody to work them, not
Right.
to sell them.
Right. So that's this blacksmith road. Your best bet was to find a dwarf here that would purchase them to be turned into better gems, or if you want to pay him to turn them into cut gems that will therefore be worth more, you just have to find a buyer afterwards. You can do that as well. That's a good point.
That is the idea.
So you want to do that? Richard, you want Fig Jam to be in
I mean,
that?
it's something I probably would have done while they were all inside.
Perfect.
seeing as-
Do you have a charisma bonus?
Yes. No, wait. It is. I thought it was
Okay.
-1, but no, it is 0.
Okay, no bonus.
No,
Right.
no, I'm wrong. It is -1. I'm great.
Okay, -1. Okay, just give me a charisma check. This is just to see how favorable a rates he's going to give you.
Yeah. What if I stamp on your foot? Will that improve the price?
Well, he might be into that.
Ah.
He might be into that. Oh, wow. Yeah, you certainly do step on his foot. All right. You have an option. He looks at the uncut gems that you have here. He tells you flat out that they're quite valuable, and they will be quite a bit more valuable after they're worked. He wants 5,000 to begin work. Once he's worked them, you're welcome to either take his word for it or take them to be evaluated, but he wants 10% of the total value after.
How much do you think they are going to be worth? Because we've got like 500 gold pieces worth, and you're asking for 10 times the value and more on top.
Yep. He said, look, these are great specimens. If I do my best work, which I'll give you my best work if you agree to my terms, I won't rush it. I'll make these beautiful. You could sell these. Well, you'd have to sell them in the higher rent districts around here, but
I'd
800,
say-
900,000.
Whoa.
Oh, well.
Uh,
Hey, we can afford that longbow for Essie.
Yeah.
That sounds. I'm just gonna pay. Yeah, sure. Why not?
You're gonna accept
Oh wait,
the terms?
I don't have any. I don't have 5 grand.
Just see if he'll take it out after he sells it and just takes the.
Well, he
vendor's
wants it,
fee.
but he wants that up front and then 10.
I'm gonna need the
Oh.
5,000 for supplies. This
Yeah,
is gonna
You
require
don't
specialty.
take letters of marque, do
Yeah.
you? From
Yes.
companies that you've never heard of.
You get me official paperwork, I'll take your letter of mark.
I will go and get official paperwork then, I guess.
Yeah, so you can do that when you're at the castle tomorrow. So I want to move this along. We're getting a little close to time here, and I wanted to get us set up. So we're going to say you guys have an interesting shopping day. You can pick up any other mundane items that you want. You met back at the Shadow Dragon Inn. Night's coming. The place is packed. It's very just full of workers, some merchants from outside. The place is very lively. They've got a few different bards playing. The fire is blazing. It's nice and warm. He has several more people helping him work. Food and the ale is flowing. It's an interesting night, though. It's gotten, again, colder. It's been getting colder this whole time. And a fog sets in. It's a particularly dense fog. Some people are having trouble navigating their way through it. People are coming in, just commenting on how difficult it is to see out there. And door opens kind of late into the night as you guys are kind of finishing and winding down, having your ales before going upstairs. And a unusually tall man enters, and he's dressed in this crushed. I'm not going to say velvet, but just fine robes, brightly colored. He's got surcoat on. He's got a coat over this. He's very finely dressed, and he staggers in. His face is gaunt. It's a little withered. His hair has got streaks of white going through it, as if someone had a huge shock. He's clutching his chest, and he staggers into the bar. At first, most people don't notice, other than he's a new person in, and he falls to the floor. And there's a pool of spreading blood that comes out from underneath him.
We rush over and say, "My God, man, what happened?"
Are you
That's
packing his
about
pockets?
Ravenloft.
So you guys are the first ones over. Where the heck did I put it? Sorry, I need to find. Why isn't it showing? Wow. Okay,
All
I'm
this
just going to
time.
have to read them out, I guess, because I don't see it. Oh, there it is. Okay. Who's there first? Jazz?
Yeah, I'll
It's-
All right.
rush over.
Well, the first thing you notice, he's got a rather heavy leather coin pouch.
Yeah, I'll just.
Again, it's a very crowded, bar.
You are quite dexterous now.
Yeah.
I am very
Sorry.
dexterous. It's okay. I'm a doctor. I'm a physician. And
You gonna try and lift it?
Yeah, man. Why not?
All right. Give me a pickpockets check.
Oh, this is not the time to mess this up. What is it? Let's have a look. All right, 35.
You make it.
Whoa.
Yeah. So that coin pouch is gone in a blink of the eye. As you're putting it away, you feel like there's something in it other than coins. I mean, you feel the jingle of coins, but there's something else in it. Other people start showing up, and they're trying to, they're pulling the guy's clothes off to see if they can help him. The blood just continues to pool. They pull enough of his clothing out to see that across his chest and stomach there's like a gash, like a claw. But his
can I-
clothes aren't shredded. It's like it's on.
Can
his,
I cast Cure Light Wounds at this point?
I tell you what. Why don't you?
Or is it not worth the effort?
No, I'll tell you what. Give me a high-low. Higher-low. Roll to D100.
High, we're all going high, we're all failing by
Go for
rolling low. And we succeed. And
By the way,
keeping
by
trend
the
alive.
time you make your way through the crowd, he is dead.
You know
so-
what? I'm going to use one of our re-rolls.
Okay, go for it.
Nice.
There you go.
Okay.
He's struggling to breathe. You get over there before he expires. Okay. Give me how many hit points do you heal?
D6 plus 1.
Go ahead and roll it. I'll let you roll it.
D6 1. Come on, 1. Come on, 1. Nah, wasn't minimal.
Okay.
Alright.
Well, he's not bleeding to death. Just you stabilizing does that. 5 actually puts him at 0. So he is stable. He's now not dying, but he is unconscious.
That's right. I've got 2 spells.
Yep. So people around you are like, give him room. Cleric working.
By the power of Omander!
One of the staff
Uh-huh.
brings out the little sign, instead of wet floor, it says cleric working, drops it.
So another 3 points on top of that, yeah.
All right. Yeah. He
Notice if I was really honest, I'd be giving him one of the honey potions. Let's not go that far.
blinks to consciousness, and he starts talking, but it's in dialect you have never heard.
Need that damn speak spell spell.
If only we hadn't just been on a shopping spree and couldn't have bought it
It's
during
a-
then. I mean,
It'll have to be a cleric thing, and it's not a wizard thing. So it's a different type of magic. I shouldn't. I don't know. I never actually looked for other clerical stuff while I was there.
yeah.
Yep.
I actually didn't mean to look for relics, but I forgot. So never mind. We'll just go back sometime and give him
All right.
another goal. And then...
Yeah, so the innkeeper is called for the town guard because he figures this guy has probably had his purse stolen, and some mugger probably
At least.
some mugger has probably stabbed him. So he called out, sent a runner out to get the town guards. He's gotten up. You put him in a chair. Somebody hands him an ale. They're trying to figure out what's going on. Even with the healing, he just looks looks drained. Like his skin is sallow. He's not an old man, but his skin is like drawn tight on his face. And of course, there's the spotty white hair going through his head. He continues to talk, and he seems to be thanking people, but again, it's not. And people start asking, it's like, what dialect is he? Darroqueen? That's not Darroqueen. People are trying to
I think
understand what he's
General
saying.
Rednor, has he got a magical curse on him or something?
Yeah, no, Radnar.
I'm asking them.
I'm not over there. I ignored the guy. I'm
I'll
still
have
sitting
to
in the
take-
No,
booth.
we've got him to a chair now, so I don't know.
Yeah.
You could be around. I don't know.
I mean,
Still
I'll have to
ignoring
take the 10 minutes to see.
There's magic clinging to him, but he's not under any kind of magical effects. It's like he has been in the presence of something that's pretty powerful, and it's still clinging to him a
this-
little bit.
Doesn't remind us of the radiation poisoning that
No.
shorthand call it. No,
It
okay.
doesn't. Radnar, it doesn't.
Okay. I'll relay all this to everyone.
So, Jazz, you're in a corner. You just kind of look around inside that pouch, and there's a small scroll, a few inches long, that's rolled up inside. Seems to be of nice paper. It's got a wax seal that's been broken on it. It's gilded, like the paper has gold gilding on it.
Nice. I might surreptitiously unroll it, have a gander.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, at first, it just is a bunch of, you can't really read it. It's just a bunch of random letters. But the ink starts to move on the paper, and it starts to realign itself until it becomes readable to you. I just popped it on the screen there, so I'll read it out to people. It says, "Hail to thee of might and valor. I, a lowly servant of the township of Barovia, send honor to thee. We plead for thy so desperately needed assistance within our community. The love of my life, Irene Kolyana, has been afflicted by an evil so deadly that even the good people of our town cannot protect her. She languishes from her wounds, and I would have her saved from this menace. There is much wealth in this community. I offer all that might be had to thee and thy fellows if thou shalt but answer my desperate plea. Come quickly, for her time is at hand. All that I have shall be thine." It's signed Kolyan Indrovic, Burgermaster. Now, here's the
Alright.
thing. Make me an intelligence check.
I am very intelligent.
All of us
No.
or just him?
No, just him. He's the only one reading it.
Yeah, intelligence 12. Very, very average.
The best of your recollection, you have never heard of a town called Barovia.
I may have to ask the landlord. All right, I'll have to save that for a little while till all the excitement dies down. So I put everything back, tuck it all away, and I'll speak to the rest of the guys when all the craziness has died down.
Radnar, you have your magical eye open. You're looking this guy over. You're able to tell that he is not currently under any kind of magical effects. He is, however, wearing something magical. He's got a really ornate amulet hanging down inside of his shirt, which now is exposed because people pulled his shirt off to see, the claw marks and everything.
Okay. I'll take a closer look at the amulet. I'm not gonna take it off of him or anything. I just want to.
Yep, get
if
in
I
a
can tell
little
anything
closer,
about it.
see if you get the flavor of it. All right, give me an intelligence check.
All right.
Low success. Okay. What you can get is that it's some kind of either a key or a portion of a gate. It has to do with travel. It's just kind of what you're getting the aura of.
Has Jazz relayed the?
I don't think he's told anybody anything yet.
Okay. Well, so it's some kind of key to somewhere, guys. It's something having to do with travel.
What are the other patrons in the bar doing? Because
After the guy was healed, they spent some time trying to figure out what language he's talking. A few people are making bets on what the language is. No one seems to know what it is, though. But they're pretty much giving him some room to recover. A few more people
I-
have put some money on the bar for the bartender to give him some food and ale.
I kind of gesture to everyone that we should maybe convene in the large room on the top floor.
I agree. We should take this guy with us, or should we leave him here?
Yeah, I'd leave him here. It might look a
I
bit dodgy.
don't
if we
think there's
disappear.
much we can do when the town guard's coming. So
If I
Yeah.
try to take the amulet off of him, is he going to resist?
You want to do that?
Yes.
Do you want to just reach out and grab it, or do you want to try and talk to him? Well, how do you tell me how you do it?
Don't you want a locksmith to do it?
Yeah, you know, I might, instead of me doing it, I'll kind of look towards jazz band and kind of make a, nod towards it. And
Well,
go
Jazz,
ahead.
you've got
I'm sure
two
you
other
did,
thieves
Teddy.
here that need a little training. You gonna do it yourself?
Well, Magpie's kind of
better than you. I mean, yes.
yeah. I can't have her showing me up in front of everyone. So I'll say, see, this is your opportunity to prove your worth to the Green Party.
Okay. What do I got to do?
You got to pretend that you're helping the gentleman, but really you're helping us.
But wait. What do you mean?
I gesture to the thing around his neck. I'm like,
You want me to?
I want
steal-
that in your pocket as
But-
soon as possible.
But that's stealing.
He's a
First-
thief with the
Where's Magpie? And now this is a nightmare.
I
That
mean,
would be wrong.
I guess I can try if it's to stay with the group.
Trying's not an option. We're in a
Man,
crowded
Jazz,
bar.
standards have just dropped in the locksmithing guild lately.
Ooh,
I
I
don't
do
know.
not.
This is unbelievable.
They
This
were
is
desperate for new help.
Yeah, this is shocking.
I'm gonna, yeah, I guess I can try it.
Yeah.
Is it
Yeah.
considered a pickpocket?
It's a pickpocket attempt, yes.
That's a 1 in 5 chance.
I'm gonna
All right.
Walk away.
So I'm gonna just like be over there and check on him. Like, oh, are you okay? Hey, give him some space, guys. Come on, give him some space. The guards are gonna be here soon, anyways. Move, shoo. And I try and just swipe it when everybody's just moving away.
us a roll.
Nope.
Okay, so you get your hand around it, and you think you have a good point where you're moving him just a little bit, and you can tug it and take it. And he grabs your hand, and he looks up at you, and again, there's a string of a language you don't understand, but it seems to you like he's thanking you, and you still got your hand on it, and he's got his hand over yours, and he yanks, pulling it off of his neck, and he's kind of forcing it on you.
Ah,
And I go over to Jazz and I force it on him.
wait.
You wanted it. Here you go. It's yours.
Yeah, hang on a minute. All right. We'll take it. What the hell? And then I think we should convene in the room upstairs.
I agree.
All right, I'm going upstairs. Let's
Okay.
go.
Alright. I'm gonna follow along.
Is everybody
I-
going up, or is anyone
I
staying?
grab a couple of drinks to carry
Yeah.
up with me.
Everybody else go up.
Yeah, I've never put mine down, so
I'll
Stop
bring
for a
beer.
refill on your way up.
yeah.
Actually, Darby is like quadruple fisting it. He's got like several in each hand.
He's making up for lost time.
All right. Yep. So you're back in the room. Got some privacy.
All right. Okay, guys. When I first went over to him, he was barely conscious, and he passed me this message. So I read the message. I read the message out to them, telling them about Barovia, etc., and
Right.
the woman Irina.
So everybody can make me intelligence checks now, except for Jazz. He's already made his or failed his.
Nope. Oop, nope.
Yeah. No.
Oh, Randar.
Yep.
Very low success.
Those of you who succeed have never heard of the name Barovia anywhere within this region. It's nothing from here. Those of you that made it but have a decent intelligence, in other words, you've got a +1 or better, have never heard of it in any readings that you've done. So outside of Karmikos, like to the north in Derakeen, maybe even further north to Galantry, you have never heard of a kingdom called Barovia. Also, while you're all up in the room, you're on the 3rd floor, so you're looking. So you get a look out the window, and it's really interesting. The dense fog is surrounding this building, and it goes several, like maybe a block out, but then you can see past that the fog is centralized. It's centered on this building, which is non-natural.
Yeah. I was going to ask if the fog was magical.
The windows are still barred, right?
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna lock the door.
And drop the bar. Okay.
Is my
Yeah.
magic sight still up?
Yes. If you're looking through the windows, the
Yes.
fog is indeed magical.
Yeah, I would relay this to the group. Yeah, there's something going on with this fog. It's magical.
Well, I wonder if that guy had anything to do with it.
I mean, it's centered around this place, so yes.
Certainly.
Centered around this
Actually,
place.
how would we even know it was centered around this place?
I mean, it could be the amulet that Jazzban has. He wanted it.
Amulet? There's an amulet? I'll tell you, we need to talk.
I'm surprised he still had his shoes.
Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot. Yeah, there was this amulet that he also pressed into my hand as we went to his aid. So, magic users, magic type people, what do you think of this amulet?
Yeah, what?
Yeah, well,
What does
Radnar's
it
already
look
got
like?
a look at it.
It's got something to do with travel.
Ah, travel to this town we've never heard of, maybe?
When you couple that with this magical fog, it's maybe it's like some sort of a gate or something. It's some sort of a key, like maybe it enabled him to come from wherever he came from this Barovia to here, and maybe it will enable us to go the other way if we want to check it out.
Or something's after us. It brought the cloud.
Well, how would we use it? Like, how would we know to travel with this?
But I have any idea about that?
Not without doing research on the item.
I mean, it's one amulet and half a dozen of us. I mean, we can't all wear it at the same time. Do you know what I mean?
I have an idea.
Maybe if we rub it.
Or maybe if we make
My
one
hands.
gigantic chain that
I
put it
go
around
over-
all our necks.
I go over and open a window.
Okay, you pull the bar off,
Ah!
you open the window.
Yep. Does the fog come in?
Well, at first, no. But then you start looking out because the fog is staying around the first, second level. And it's kind of surrounding the place because like it's very centralized. It's just around the block that this building is. And, as you wait for a little bit, some of the mist starts climbing the walls, and then it starts flooding the room.
Yeah, this is how it works, I think.
Close
Let's hold, join hands or something.
Okay, who has the
Yeah.
amulet? And tell me exactly what you're doing.
Well, it's either myself or
Radnor.
Radnor. One of us two has it.
Well, let's say I have it because I was looking at it, unless he wants it back.
Not right now. Not with the fog coming.
So maybe we'll all, I think someone suggested we all join hands while the fog rolls in.
Or maybe all put our hand on the amulet. We have to be directly touching it.
Yeah.
Because it was against the skin.
One finger each.
Yeah.
I hold it out and let everyone put their fingers on it.
All right.
Go green
Okay, so you
light.
guys do that. You leave the window open. Is everybody doing it? Dion, is your character doing that too?
Yep.
Okay. So the room gets so filled with this fog that you can't even see anymore the amulet that you're touching. But you definitely get the feeling of like of movement, of like acceleration. Although you're not moving yourself, it's almost like the room is moving around you, and it stays like this way for a bit. You can't see each other. You can feel each other's hands next to one another. You can still feel the amulet underneath you, and the fog starts to slowly dissipate, and you find yourself in. It's warmer. It's not the cold climates that you just left. There's a full moon in the sky, and you find yourself out in a dead forest. When I say dead, the trees they don't have leaves. Many of them look rotten. And you look around, and there's no sign of the city around you. Also, no magpie.
No, magpie.
So we're outside
Oh.
now.
You're outside.
We're in trouble. We don't have Magpie with us. What are we going to do?
Did she put her finger on the amulet? Did anyone notice?
I wasn't looking.
Yep.
Me neither.
Yeah. So not only are you outside, but the climate's different. It's not that pre-winter chill. It's actually fairly warm. Middle of the night, big white moon in the sky, full moon, and you guys hear the howl of wolves. And we'll end it there for the night.
Full of wolves.
Oh, doggies are nice. Nice, good doggies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's go ahead and end it there then. We'll just start from the bottom up. If you got anything to plug, just go right ahead. So, Bill, go ahead. If you got anything, you've got any more games you're running, or are you done?
Yeah. Actually, I'm running. I'm running tomorrow. I'm running the Tunnels of Terror for Frog God Organized Play. Running the 5th edition version of that. Frog God Game Day is coming up in April, the first or second weekend in April. And I'll be running a 2-part adventure there with Swords and Wizardry. It's levels 9B and 9C of Rappaneathic, a place called Agamemnon's Well. So, sign up for that, show up for that. Love to see you.
Cool. Jazz, you got anything you want to plug?
Yeah, not really. I mean, I'd like to thank the good folks at Coca-Cola for this wonderful lip balm, which has been helping me with my dry lips recently.
Product placement.
Yeah, tastes delicious. So good job, Coca-Cola.
Ding. Jameis, you got anything?
Nothing.
Oh, God, nothing. Richard.
You can watch me play video games on the Twitch channel LMTDTMFFR, or say it with me now, limited time offer, no vows. How exciting!
Those vowels have a word or two they want to have with you. Jeff.
Yeah, I will put the link in the chat for the Fraud God Games organized play that Bill was talking about.
Yeah, please do.
Yeah, and it's there, and so I registered, and I'm waiting for the game to begin.
Nice. Dion, you got anything?
I am Substances Used on Twitch. I've been taking a little break from streaming recently because life got a little busy in my college town area with the students coming back. But I'll be streaming eventually again soon. And you can find me here with Bert on Tuesday nights and Friday nights. And yeah.
Cool. And I'm Bert BizLab on the inner tubes. You can find me here, twitch.tv/SteamStillMurder, the podcast at Blue Magic, BLUMAGIK.com. And I want to throw a shout out to a little project some of my friends are doing, and it's dropped it in the chat. Defenders of Kobold. They've got a zine for Zine Quest on Kickstarter. Still need some love. They're not quite at halfway to goal, and a day or two left. So if you're interested in any DCC goodness, Dungeon Crawl Classics, it is a fun little mag. Anyway, guys, appreciate you watching. Appreciate everybody here playing. And we will shoot for next week. Say goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.